the headlines. President addresses joint session. And our second headline is Chafe approves appointments and proclamations. Hello viewers, I'm Adiso Baba. Now the news in detail. The House of People's Representatives and the House of Federation of Ethiopia held joint session. While addressing the joint session, President Dr. Mulatu Teshome appreciated remarkable changes Ethiopia is registering under new leadership. Olma Bain reports.
The fifth House of People Representatives and House of Federation first session of fourth working year is officially opened by President of the Federation, Dr. Mulatu Teshome. Dr. Mulatu said the country couldn't be succeeded in this economic plan in 2016-2017 fiscal year due to political instability in the country.
As all of us remember, last year our country was in a very critical challenge. Though we had planned huge economic and social developments, we couldn't reach at the intended goal. The passive way that our government had followed to solve economic and social problems of our people put us in a very complicated situation. We had also been moving in a very narrow political space.
President Dr. Mulatu said the government has taken a lot of measures, including changing the higher officials for the benefit of its people and to build a democracy and a democratization process.
Starting from this point of view, the ruling party EPRDF had made deep-rooted evaluation and taken measures. As a result, our country has started to see bright future. It wasn't our choice to improve some of our policies and principles to answer our people's deep-rooted questions.
The president underscored that the new leadership has brought remarkable changes in terms of political stability that had been challenging the citizens of the country in many aspects.
መንግስታችን በተከተለው የፍቅር የይቅርታና መደመርን መሰረት ያደረጉ ተጨባጭ እርምጃዎች
Our people could see many fruitful improvements after the new leadership has started to follow principles of integration, pardon and love. In this regard, respecting citizens' human and political rights and widening political space are among implications of the principles.
President Mulatu noted that freedom of
President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Dr. Mulatu Teshome, said Ethiopia has shown that Africans could resolve their problems by themselves. Dr. Mulatu underscored that the government has done a lot in widening democratic space for peace and freedom of the citizens. Oloma Bain has more again.
The Federal President, Dr. Mulatu Teshome, said active agricultural transformation is very essential to improve life standard of farmers. The President said the government has been striving to scale up agriculture and agricultural productivity by supporting it through modern technology. To bring significant change in terms of economy, modernizing agriculture based on technology is crucial. In this regard, the government has been working to give special attention for the sector and enhance its product and productivity. It is also the government's focus to introduce modern technology-based agriculture and expand irrigation development so as to transform the sector. President Dr. Mulatu said the government is ready to give special attention for less productive areas to enhance their productivity through supporting by modern machineries. To enhance the product and productivity of less productive areas, the government will work and give necessary support to improve their productivity. It will also be worked to address and solve food insecurity that have been observed in some areas in the country. Rural industrial expansion is also the other focus of the government. Dr. Mulatu underscored that the government has been working to take actions and measures to improve policies and principles to enhance private investors' participation in holistic development of the country. To enhance the role of private sectors in investment, we have been striving to make policy improvements and administrative measures. In addition to this, we will also work to solve limitations that have been seen in terms of currency supply. President Dr. Mulatu stressed that his government will also strictly work on minimizing unemployment rate through expanding agro-industry and privatization. Facilitating job opportunity is a major issue of our government. It is realized that through expanding and strengthening private sectors, the role of the government in this regard is solving challenges of the private sectors and supporting them to enhance their role in the investments.
In its third urgent meeting of 4th year, 5th regular, Cafe Oromia has approved various proclamations. Aklilu Gabru brings us the detail.
In 5th Cafe 4th working year, 3rd urgent meeting, Cafe has approved various proclamations. These are draft law to restructure the Oromia Regional Government Bureau's power and function, draft law to establish the Oromia Attorney General Office, re-amendment of the Oromia Civil Servants Proclamation, proclamation to reshuffle power and function of the Oromia Regional Government Courts and to re-establish Lawyers Management Council. Different questions were raised by members of the Cafe on the draft laws.
Irrigation Development Authority and Coffee and Tea Authority were autonomous institutions, but in the restructuring process they were merged under Agriculture and the Natural Resources Bureau. So how do you think this issue would be treated on our way to free our society from rent dependency?
While responding to the raised questions, President of the Oromia Regional Government, Lamma Magarsa, said restructuring the government bureaus was made mainly to reach the grassroots level.
Wanti naannoo irraa karoorfamu akkamitti tokkoon qonnaan bulaa fi jiraataa magaalaa bira gaha kan jedhu yoo ilaallu hudhaa baay'ee akka inni qabu.
We have seen that there were plenty of barriers on our top-down hierarchy, especially to reach urban and rural dwellers. In our previous structure, some are bureaus, authorities, and agencies at regional level with no structure at grassroots level. For example, agriculture is very crucial to our community. But when we see Irrigation Development Authority and Coffee and Tea Authority, they have not structurally reached the lower community. But the new structure solves this problem.
98 district and High Court judges' appointment was ratified on the event.
The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change launched the program in partnership with UNDP, the governments of Sweden and Norway. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate, Dr. Gammado Dalle, on the occasion said deforestation and land degradation must be reversed if Ethiopia has to meet its development goals. Sorry, Chakabanech had the story.
Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change said parks and forest land have to get appropriate conservation. Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Gammado Dalle, said that it has been worked to set appropriate strategies and programs in which parks in the country and forest have to be controlled.
Kanaan booda hojii gama kunuunsa bosonaa, eegumsa bosonaa, misooma bosonaatiin hojjan hunda.
Hereafter, all workers regarding forest conservation and park administration, we agreed on to work in collaboration. We believe that we never transform the sector by working separately with stakeholders. The other thing we discussed here was that this work have to get responsible bodies who work on the sector in focus. To increase revenue from the sector, all stakeholders, including supporting bodies, have to work in collaboration.
Dr. Gammado added, in different parts of the country, forest land and parks are not well developed, and it needs appropriate attention from the government and all concerned bodies.
In different places, parks and forest lands are on the process of changing to farmland. Number of planted seed are not conserved appropriately.
Conference on Forest Conservation and Development, which focus on new programs prepared to develop world forests, held in Finfinne City. On the conference, different stakeholders from the country and abroad took part. As Dr. Gamado stated, the conference has discussed various issues in the new program, which is expected to solve coordination problem between concerned bodies. Representatives of Norway Embassy to Ethiopia, Maria Morvel, said that Norway government is ready to support the sector, adding that Norway government strongly continue its support in finance and technique. Representatives of Sweden and other foreign countries for their part said that they are ready to work with Ethiopia till it attains its goal in the sector. Some experts working on the sector for their part said that it has been working cooperatively to transform the sector. If different bodies working on the sector work separately, they never support each other. Rather, they become problem for each other. But when different skills from different bodies organize, they would bring transformation, he said.
That brings us to the end for edition. Thank you for watching and have a nice time with the remaining OBN's programs.